Welcome to this introduction to the Oxford Test of English Advanced Reading module. In this video, we'll talk you through the task types you can expect to complete. We'll start with an overview and then look at each of the 4 parts in more detail, highlighting key areas you'll need to be prepared for. We'll then finish with tips to help you to do your best when you take the Oxford Test of English Advanced Reading module. This module is computer adaptive, which means that the test adapts to your ability. It takes approximately 35 minutes to complete, and your answers are auto-marked as you take the test. Tasks are designed to measure your ability to read in English at B2 and C1 levels of the CEFR, the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. It consists of 4 parts. In each part of the test or question, the clock shows you how much time remains for you to give your answer. It is important to remember that the test moves on automatically to the next part when the time allowed has ended. You will not be able to come back to any part of the test after this, or after you click Next, if you finish the task before the allowed time. Let's take a look at reading Part 1. Part 1 has 6 different short texts, each with a 3-option multiple-choice question. This part tests your ability to identify main message, purpose, details within a text, and implied meaning. In Part 1, you will be asked to read 6 short texts like this and answer a 3-option multiple-choice question for each text. The text types in Part 1 are based on a variety of genres, including adverts, blogs, emails, letters, notices, literary and journal extracts. You will have a total of 8 minutes to complete Part 1. This means you have 1 minute and 20 seconds for each task. Read the text and questions carefully and then choose your answer from the options listed. Now, let's look at reading Part 2, which is a multiple matching task. This part tests your ability to identify specific information, opinion and attitude, and implied meaning. Here is an example of a Part 2 task. In the test, you will read profiles of people and match them to questions. In Part 2, the text types are either extracts from 3 longer texts written by expert commentators on the same topic, or 3 reviews written by different people on the same topic. You will have 8 minutes to read the texts and complete the Part 2 task. Read the profiles carefully and then select your answers using the drop-down boxes on the left-hand side of the screen. You can change your answers during the time allowed. Remember to answer all questions before you click Next. Let's look at reading Part 3, which is a gapped text task. This part tests your ability to identify text structure and organisational features of a text. Here is an example of a Part 3 task. In the test, you will read a text from which 6 sentences have been removed, leaving gaps. In Part 3, the text types are often academic extracts adapted from authentic sources. You will have 11 minutes to read the text and complete the Part 3 task. Read the text and the sentences carefully. Scroll up and down the text. Drag and drop the sentences into the gaps. There is 1 sentence you do not need to use. You can change your answers during the time allowed. Let's look at the Part 4 reading task, which asks multiple choice questions on a longer text. This part tests your ability to understand attitude or opinion, the writer's purpose, referencing, the meanings of words in context, global meaning, implication, and exemplification. Here is an example of a Part 4 task. In the test, you will read a text and answer 3-option multiple-choice questions about the content of the text. In Part 4, the text types are often academic extracts, adapted from authentic sources. You will have 8 minutes to read the text and complete the Part 4 task. Read the text and questions carefully. Scroll up and down the text. Choose the correct answer for each question. You can change your answers during the time allowed. Remember to answer all questions before you click Next. Tips for the Oxford Test of English Advanced Reading module. When you take the Oxford Test of English Advanced Reading module, remember to Look at the title before you start reading the text. Read the questions before you read the answer options. Read the questions carefully and notice the key words to understand what exactly is being asked. And look out for questions that test implied meaning, as not all the information in the text is stated directly. Read the context around unknown words in order to understand their meaning. And read several lines of text when necessary. An answer might not be contained within a single sentence. If you would like to explore more about the Oxford Test of English Advanced, please visit our website at www.oxfordtestofelenglish.com/advanced. Here you will find more information about the test and each of the 4 modules, including practice materials and a demo test. Thank you.